Now I'm going to talk about what is next. What will I Norwex next? You've heard about the Safe Haven 5, and maybe you've been Norwexing your home for a long time and you want to know what's my next step. So I'm going to start you off in the kitchen with what I use in the kitchen all the time. We have tons of kitchen products and items that would be useful in your kitchen, but I'm going to pare it down to what I have in mine and what I use on a daily basis. So the hardest working Norwex in my kitchen is definitely my kitchen cloth. So this is the size of a kitchen cloth. This is the size of a kitchen towel, so you can see the obvious difference there, drying, washing. The thing I love about this is it works just like the EnviroCloth. It's got the same microfiber technology. It's got the same backlock technology so that you're not gonna have that stinky kitchen cloth. But what I like about it is because it has these grooves in it, I don't know if you can tell that in the video, but if you can see those grooves, what that does is, you're in your kitchen all day long, so you use it at breakfast and you rinse it out in the sink and you hang it to dry, and it dries a lot faster than your EnviroCloth does because your EnviroCloth is much, much more dense than this. So that backlock is able to work so that by the time you're back in there again for lunch or dinner or both, then it's ready to go for you. I only have to launder my kitchen, as hard as it works, I only have to launder my kitchen cloth about once a week. So, and even then it's not particularly stinky. I just know it needs a wash. So that's my hardest working. These are the colors that it comes in. So whatever your decor is in your kitchen, you can go for that. I like the black one for the one that I'm gonna be using a lot, just because then it doesn't show any dinginess or anything like that after it's been washed a while. But all of these colors are really, really great. So that's my hardest working. And also these grooves, what I have found is when I'm wiping up crumbs and things, the crumbs tend to get stuck in the grooves. So then it's sort of like, almost like vacuuming up my crumbs for me on my countertops. So that goes hand in hand. This towel absorbs 7 times its weight. So it's very, very absorbent. It's great for drying dishes. It's great for, wiping up messes. It's great for after you and your family wash your hands and then you go to dry them. This microfiber is going to get the rest of the bacteria that you may have missed in washing. So it's really nice for that. So that's the kitchen cloth and the kitchen towel. The next thing I really love is our countercloths. Norwex designed these to take the place of, help you with your mind shift of grabbing a paper towel. I use 1 roll of paper towels probably every 5 or 6 months. And typically that's just because I have people that come over and they're like, where are the paper towels? And so I have to pull them out for guests. But in my house, what we'll do is if we have a little spill or they need a napkin, or you can put anything you would have normally used a paper towel for. This is like a, select your own size, paper towel size. Kids' lunch boxes, things like that. And then you would use it for a mess, for their lunchbox. Each of my kids have their own color, so that it has also become their napkin. Then you rinse it out when it gets really dirty and you can hang it to dry. Now, a couple of ways you can get these. They come in packs of 3. You can get this 3-pack in the neutral colors. You can get this 3-pack in these fun blue colors. You can also buy them as a set where you get 6 of them and this cute little house to hold them in. And the thing I like about this house is that you stack them in here like this. You use this one, it gets dirty, you rinse it, you hang it to dry right here on your cute little house, and then you go behind it with the next one when you need another one. And then when this one's dry, you can fold it and put it back up. When they get really, really, really dirty, then of course you can launder them like the rest of our microfiber. So that's something that we have used to really cut down on how many paper napkins that we use. We don't use any of those anymore, so that's been nice. Another money saver. Okay, so this right here is what I use to wash my dishes. It is probably the most unsung hero in our catalog. It doesn't look like much. It's called the dishcloth. It is a netted dishcloth. Can you see? I don't know if you can see how it's made, but it's holey like that, which is nice because after you use it like this, you can wad it up, get your dish soap. We have a dishwashing liquid that I love. It cuts through grease really, really well, but just like all of our other Norwex, you do not use very much of this at all. Get it wet and you wash your dishes, it will scrub so many things off of your casserole dishes. We'll get that stuck on egg off of your pot. If you burn a pot, it really, really, really is helpful in getting that clean. So this obviously I use this all day too. The thing I like about it is you can then unravel it and rinse it, and because it's wholly like this, everything falls out of it. It doesn't stay in there, and so it comes out really, really easy. And then you can just undo it like this, put it on top of your dishwasher, run your dishwasher, and it cleans it really easy for you. A lot of people actually take these, it comes in a pack of 2, so you get 2 of these, and some people feel that this is a little too big for their hand, and they'll cut it. They'll either cut it in half, or they'll even cut it in 4, depending on your preference. And then if you do that, you've got 8 of these. So once you think one of them has gotten a little too dingy or a little too gross, or you've cleaned spaghetti sauce and it stained it or whatever, you can throw it away and you've still got more behind it. The other thing I use quite a bit in the kitchen is the cleaning paste, which we talked about with the Safe Haven 5. So we've already talked about how great it is, but I like it in the kitchen for my oven. I love it for my stovetop because it gets really gross. I love it for when my sink gets really cruddy or gets rust stains in it from something sitting in there too long. And you can use lots of things with this. You can use your EnviroCloth, a wet EnviroCloth. If you need something a little more scrubby, you can grab your netted dishcloth and use that. You can use our Sperry sponge. These come in a 2-pack. They are made of nylon and rubber, so nothing can grow in them. They don't get gross. They are disposable. But you'll have these much, much longer than your typical sponge. Those, I would say it would probably last you a couple of months. When you feel like it's getting dirty, you stick it in your dishwasher, it'll plump back up and you just keep using it. But this is really great together, especially for the inside of your oven and for those little rings. If you have a flat stovetop, it's really nice for those. So this is handy in the kitchen. If you have little artists in your house and they like to decorate your cabinets with Sharpie marker or crayons or anything like that, this is going to save their lives probably. If you are a sponge person, I have learned in selling Norwex that you're either a sponge person or a cloth person. You're gonna love our EnviroCloth. So this is an EnviroCloth on one side. Sorry, this is an Enviro sponge. It's an EnviroCloth on one side and then it's scrubby on the other. So you can wipe your countertops with this. If you prefer, a sponge in your hand, you can, get scrubby things off of, if you've got a sticky spot or your stovetop is particularly dirty, this is really, really handy. And then these are guaranteed for a year. So they last a really long time. They'll last you longer than that. And you can throw them in the wash and launder them like the rest of our microfiber. So these are your spongy options. This is sort of like a hybrid cloth sponge. It's really nice. And then also in the kitchen, obviously I use this daily. This is our cutting board. It's made out of rice husks. You'll never have to buy another cutting board again. No more throwing away your wooden cutting boards because they're getting like black streaks in them from the mold and mildew growing in it. Because it's so hardy, you can't make cut marks in it. So you're not gonna have the mold and mildew. It has a silicone little strip on the back so it doesn't move. You can hang it up, you can put it in the dishwasher, you can wipe it clean. It comes very, very clean, nothing stains it. Strawberries, raspberries, all that stuff, it's not gonna leave a stain on it. And then we have 2 sizes. We have this size, and then we have this size. This is the one I use daily, so for all the things. It kind of just sits by my sink. And then last but not least, if you like fresh veggies and fruit, you're gonna want our fresh produce wash and our veggie fruit and scrub cloth. This side is really like scratchy, so it's for things like carrots, rice, not rice, but corn. It'll get those little silks out of it really, really simply. Apples, things like that you're not worried about scratching, but just getting that waxy, yucky bacteria. Like at least 10 people have handled your fruit and veggies by the time it gets to you. So you definitely want to get them really clean. And then this side is more soft, so that's for like peaches and things like that. And then for any of your produce that you can't wipe like this because they're small, berries, cherries, things like that, then you use our fresh produce wash. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can pour a little bit in a bowl and let it sit and then rinse them clean, or you can spray on there directly, let it kind of go to work because it'll eat away at all the pesticides and bacteria and dirt and grime, and then rinse them, and it just rinses out, and it doesn't taste like anything. It doesn't leave any kind of like residue or taste. It doesn't taste like soap. It's amazing. You'll be amazed at how much brighter and cleaner your grapes and berries and things like that look. And I have found that when I use this, I can wash all of my berries, put it in the refrigerator, and they last longer. I don't have to just pull out what I'm gonna eat at that moment and wash them one at a time. So those are my must-haves. I do use the Rinse Aid. I love the Rinse Aid in my dishwasher. It helps a lot, especially with my new dishwasher. Everything comes out really, really dry and streak-free, so that's really nice. So those are my must-haves. I think that's everything I use in my kitchen almost on a daily basis.